Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 14 days since my last confession. I met this little girl on the bridge. She must have been no more than 5 years old. She was alone, wearing a blue dress. She didn't have shoes on, barefoot, standing by the railing, looking at the water. She looked at me, but didn't say anything. I walked up to her, asked her if she was okay, where her parents were. Still, she didn't say anything, just pointed at the water. I looked down, and when I looked back up, she... Are you kidding me? She wasn't there. Listen, are you really going to make me tell the whole story? Yes, but you know it's me. Okay, who is coming to a confessional to tell you a story of a ghost girl on a bridge? Not many people, I'm sure. Yeah, well, you know it's me then. Plus, I saw you saw me when I walked in the church. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? I am gone 2 weeks, and I've already forgotten how annoying you can be. And this code is stupidly long. Who came up with it? Don't tell me it's you, because I'm... Well, good. God, English spies can be really annoying sometimes. Not sometimes, most of the time, yeah. Always. Always so annoying. Intelligence. Is there really a difference between being called a spy and working in intelligence, except maybe the latter sounding more distinguished? Ah, spies are not sent to be fake priests. Are they not? Really? Huh. And I thought they'd be sent to be anything imaginable, like a lift attendant. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, best position to be a spy, no? People talk a lot in elevators, and when you're an employee, they usually don't pay attention to you. You're like furniture, which is tragic, but that's another story. So, yeah, lift attendant. That's not far-fetched. Come on. I've known one working in a hotel in Hungary a few years back. Lift attendant. Not sure he was a spy though, but he could have been. Where is this going? I have no idea. But hey, long time no see. It's been 14 days. Father, did you miss me? Always cringing when I call you that, don't you? I can tell, even without seeing you. I feel it, and I can see your silhouette through the partition, so... My mission... It went well. Sent in the countryside, not far from Paris. Same old routine when I'm away. Equip a new resistance group with a radio, teach them how to use it, how to send and receive messages, how to decrypt them, how to use codes, etc., etc. routine. But yes, it went well. A group of young folk, too young, if I'm being honest, eager to help the country, hopeful. Even more so since they heard de Gaulle on June 18th. You don't like him, do you? De Gaulle. I can tell that too. You are right. He is a loose cannon, and it's no wonder Churchill and Roosevelt are wary of him. They should be. The man's unpredictable, even to us, the resistance. We have a hard time understanding his logic sometimes, but don't you think a man like him is needed in times like these? Because he doesn't follow the rules. Following the rules will lead you nowhere. Well, the enemy doesn't follow them, so why should we? That's my reasoning, yes. And the reasoning of most men and women who are on de Gaulle's side. One needs to take action to make things move. That's what he does. Because if he stops, if he starts following Britain's or United States voices, then it's game over. France will perish, and this should never, ever happen. Of course I'm a true patriot. What did you think? I wouldn't be in the Résistance if I wasn't one. You know, you worry about de Gaulle, but the Résistance isn't too happy to work with the English, you know? Of course. Look, the group of young folk I met in the country, they didn't like the idea of me working with you. I had to tell them, of course. Because I tried to create trust between them and myself. But don't worry, I didn't say anything about what we actually do here. I just told them I was a liaison between Paris and London. That's all. But they didn't like the idea of you, no. Or I should say, the idea of the Englishman I'm working with. I didn't give any more details. They thought I was working for the British government. Can you imagine? Me working for you? Could never happen. How did I gain their trust? Easy. By insulting the English. It works every time. Universal common ground. Hey, you teased me, I tease you. That's how it works. Father. What's that? Am I still suspicious of you? No, of course not. But it took some time for me to put my guard down. Some time is an understatement. I know. But come on, you've been wary too. I still remember the day I collected you at the train station. I knew you were English, but that's it. No information on what you were wearing, what you looked like, nothing. You the one who was supposed to come to me, not the other way around. I was just aware of your nationality and the code, of course. Always the code, yes. What was it? Something shorter than the girl on the bridge story. Why did they make it that long? I don't... That doesn't matter. So, yeah, we barely spoke when we first met. Well, I barely spoke. I was very cold too. Never stayed with you more than what was required. Enough to give you information or get some from you. You tried your best, yes. That I remember. Always talking so politely to me, trying to crack a joke or two. Oh, poor you. But to be fair, you arrived the day after Mers El Kebir. We were still counting the dead there. Didn't get a fixed count yet. The whole of France hated the English at the time. Well, more than usual, I should say. Well, imagine your allies dropping shells on your ships while stationed in a port, killing dozens in the process. How would you feel? Plus, you complaining, but you, the English, dislike us too. Complicated history. Yes, that's for sure. We still hold a grudge for Waterloo and Azincourt. Well, Azincourt was a little bit of our fault because we were too cocky that time, but still. Oh, and please, don't forget Jeanne d'Arc. So, yes, complicated history. You're right. Against all odds, or rather against my stubbornness, we made it work. We both warmed up to each other, and now, look at us. Best team ever. Yes, ever. What, you think someone's better than us both? Me, competitive. Oh, please. I mean, it motivates me, all right? Challenging people, you especially. Because you are really good at what you do, and nobody has ever deciphered codes faster than me before, so of course I challenge you when we received messages from the UK. But you can't deny it brought us closer together. Late night decoding, sending and sharing information, not to mention these confessions. All the people coming here must think I'm a horrible, horrible sinner if I need to stay in this box for so long every time. It is a box, yes. A fancy box, but still a box. But why do you ask? Doesn't it show that I've been comfortable with you for a while now? One big clue, and probably the biggest one, is me attending Mass every Sunday. I'm not religious, no. Never been. Baptized, yes, but more out of tradition than anything else. But since you're the priest here, I started to come on Sundays, like a good devoted believer. No, I didn't find faith. Not thanks to you. No, actually, I was asked to keep an eye on you. That's why I was coming here from the beginning. I had to make sure you were not colluding with the enemy, that you weren't talking to the wrong people, sending away messages while preaching, this kind of things. Times require being wary of anybody, no matter who sends them. I'm sure you know that. You'd have done the same thing if the roles were reversed. Ah, can you imagine me as a nun? You're trying not to laugh, are you? Well, laugh all you want. It wouldn't have been the best, but I would have nailed it. Of course it would have been a competition. What do you think? But with time, I don't know. I started to enjoy listening to you talk and just seeing you playing your role. I've always been so impressed with how good of a priest you make, and it's always a shame for me to miss them. When I was in the country, I'd wake up early on Sundays and be a little bit disappointed when I realized I wouldn't come to church. Funny how it works. Why am I so sentimental? All right. Guess it's time for me to tell you why I'm here. No, it's not just a chit-chat. We rarely do that, if ever, do we? Right. Why I am here. I didn't come to deliver you an encrypted message. Well, not really. It's still a message, but like we used to. All right. You are being called back to England. Silence. Okay. Wait, you can open the partition. Since when? Always? But why haven't we opened it since the very first time we met here? We could have seen each other way more often than just talk to a piece of wood and we... Right. Sorry, You know me. I tend to joke around when things get heavy. Being serious again, no. When? I received the message last night, around 3 a.m. You know us, Résistance. We don't sleep much, always on the lookout. You need to leave on Monday, which means you'll get one last mass here to officiate. It's nice. You'll get to say good... Why? We believe you've been compromised. When I say we, I speak of the French Résistance. We know that they, the enemy, are looking too much your way. They've been asking questions. More and more of them are coming to your masses, and it's been going on for a few days now. To keep an eye on the population, I mean, maybe, but one can never be too careful. And when I realized what was happening, I immediately contacted London and told them you needed to be extradited. They gave me the go last night. You don't get the information directly because it is not your job. It's mine. I am the liaison with England. I get to deliver you all the messages coming from London and send yours back to them. And I decided to... I didn't tell you because you, knowing you're in danger, can make you sloppy. I retain information from you so you can play your role to perfection. That's also why you do not get the messages directly from your higher-ups. The less you know, the better. And if you ever get caught, you... Yes, you won't be able to give the enemy any valuable information. That's how it works. And you know it. Yes, I give and send information, and I also report things I see on the field. That's what yours ask me to do. That's my job. All right, you're leaving soon, so I can tell you. My real mission has always been to keep an eye on you, to make sure you're safe and that you do your job properly. That nothing comes your way, and as soon as something smells fishy, send you back home. Why? Because you're a valuable asset to MI6. They can't lose you. You're too precious to them. And because the situation seems to get complicated now, that the enemy is onto you, or so we think they are, you need to leave as soon as possible. I don't know what will happen afterwards. I just know what I'm supposed to do. That's it. If things work the same way as French intel does, then they'll keep you for a while at home. You work there, codes, messages, maybe a bit of training younger recruits. And then they will send you back somewhere else under a new identity. What about me? I'll keep working here as an intermediary with a Yankee, apparently. The US is sending him as we speak. He's supposed to arrive next week. But again, I don't have any more information, just a fake name and a location to pick him up at. All right, now I need to tell you how things would work. On the night from Sunday to Monday... What? Come with you? You're serious? I don't know what to say. What will I do in England? Work directly for Charles de Gaulle. As much as I would love to meet him, my place is here, in France, not overseas. I'm more useful here than behind a desk in London. That's true. I could be a liaison from there and help coordinate from a safer place than Paris. I agree, and I am moved, really, by your willingness to bring me with you. It warms my heart. It really does. But again, I am more useful here, and I want to stay in Paris. It's my city. I want to free it, boots on the ground. You understand, right? Of course you do. You know I cannot leave the country. What will happen to the young Résistance? Who will take care of the small groups? And do you know how hard it is to recruit new souls to our cause? People are scared. So scared. And rightfully so. One must be very brave or completely crazy to join the Résistance. I believe I'm on the crazy side. We can get found and taken away or killed at any moment. So Of course, it's easier to find, to lay low and wait for things to happen. So here, I am much more needed than there in London. If it can make you feel any better in another life, I would have followed you. I wouldn't have even questioned it. I would have said yes immediately. But now it's not possible. Now is not the time. When? When this is all over, the nightmare we're all going through right now, then I'll more than gladly board the first plane to England. Hey, look at me. Hi. Don't look so sad. Well, you shouldn't be. Because you've helped my country so much. You have earned the right to go back home feeling proud of yourself. I am proud of you, if it means anything. You've helped develop a great resistance network. You have coordinated so much, helped exfiltrate a lot of people, find valuable information on the enemy. That's not nothing. So you are not allowed to feel sad, all right? I'll miss you too. More than you know. But it's not the end. Of course not. As long as we, you and I, are still both standing, it's not the end. I'm serious. Maybe when you get home, we'll keep working together. You send me information, I'll send you information. I mean, you're one of the rare persons who knows how to decode my messages properly, so I'm sure they'll ask. No, they'll beg you to decipher my communications. So you can wait for those, because trust me, you will receive a lot of them. I mean, I didn't learn to appreciate an Englishman to see it all go down the drain. Now, we spend too much time in the box. People will start to wonder why we're still in here. Yes, well, apparently I am the biggest sinner in Paris. So, on the night between Sunday and Monday, I will bring you to a location where a car will be waiting for you. Wear your priest attire until you meet someone who gives you the right code. You recognize it. And then, I don't know. That's the only information I was given. Yes, the less we know, the better. All right. I'll see you at Mass on Sunday. We won't be able to talk again, so it was a great honor and pleasure to work with you. I wish you a safe trip back home. Be careful. Remember the codes we've learned together, yes? Good. And keep listening for my messages. I know I will. Goodbye, darling.